Hello everyone, I'm Tsurugi Kage. Welcome to Gaming Tidbits Review. Time to activate Witch Time, because today we're going to be talking about Bayo. What the? Really? But why? I had everything set up. Alright, fine. Promise? Alright, so, which game are we reviewing? Okay, today we're going to talk about Fantasy Life on the 3DS. Fantasy Life is a charming RPG brought to us by Level 5, the same people behind the Professor Layton games. The art style is even a little reminiscent of that, along with Little King Sawyer for the Wii. Alright, well, let's get this review started. Once someone in the land of Castell gets old enough, they can get a life. These lives consist of various jobs, which can be broken down into three basic types: combat, gathering, and creative classes. The story is that your character has become old enough to take a life of their own. On the first day of their new life, they come across a butterfly that can talk. The butterfly hangs around with you the next day, and you wake up to a giant black meteorite in your roof called a Doomstone. These Doomstones can make docile animals into aggressive ones by tainting them with darkness. By destroying the Doomstone that affected them, you can release them from the dark influence. After a while, you find out that the sky is falling, and it's up to you to stop it from gathering pieces of the goddess machine. The story is pretty okay, and the characters are pretty quirky. They each feel like their own personalities, but at the same time, they also feel like they're poking fun at basic tropes in most other RPGs. The game itself can be humorous, but at the same time, it tries to mix in that humor with more serious elements, and it doesn't really pay off all that well. The gameplay feels like Monster Hunter, but for children. In Monster Hunter, you go around gathering items and defeating monsters in order to get more items and weapons and armor for your character. And that's pretty much what the gameplay here is like. It's like a dumbed down version of that. The combat pretty much consists of two buttons, a normal attack and a power attack. You gain EXP by defeating monsters and by gathering items as well as creating new items. This EXP helps level up your character with their individual stats. You can gather stars, which helps you level up your classes. By completing certain objectives for certain classes, you can actually get more stars. Some objectives are as simple as gather copper. Other objectives are kill 10 enemies, and so on and so forth. You can exchange these stars over at the Jobs Master site, but you can only do it if you are that class at that time. Which means if you've gotten 500 stars for a paladin but you're in the class of a mercenary, you won't be able to get the paladin leveled up until you actually become a paladin again. Alright, let's talk about these classes. Like I said, classes are split up into three different categories: combat, gathering, and creative. Combat classes like the paladin and the mercenary go out into the wilds, fight aggressive animals and humans, and bring them in for bounties. Gathering classes, such as the miner and the woodcutter, gather supplies which you can use later or sell to just make some money. Creative classes, like the cook, blacksmith, and carpenter, take all the items that you get from gathering, or you can even buy new items, and you can use them to create new items, such as, if you're a carpenter, you can use to create furniture. If you're a blacksmith, you can use to create weapons. And if you're a cook, you can use to create food, which helps heal you up and also gives you special bonuses. Once you level up your class for the first time, you can use that class's abilities for any other class that you've unlocked at that moment. So if you're a carpenter and you're heading into a very dangerous part of the game, you can use the weapon skills that you learned when you were a mercenary or a paladin, and use those to defend yourself. The game does have a lot of great things, but it doesn't really have many restrictions once you actually start in-game. There's a lot of retracing, but the map will help you warp to certain points. The gameplay is simple, repetitive, but they add a little thing here or there to help spice things up, but the story really isn't all that engaging. It wants to be a parody of itself, and try and be original too, but can't go all the way with either idea. Fantasy Life for the 3DS gets a 7 out of 10. Well, that does it all for now. This is Tsurugi Kage, signing out.